A surprising number of people say, I tried psychedelic therapy and I didn't get what I was looking for. This can mean several things. It could mean that they didn't get the changes they were looking for. Nothing happened. No feelings of transcendence or oneness or whatever else they thought they would get. This is one of the problems, that certain people have really fixed, almost rigid expectations. Also, many people want a quick fix from using psychedelics or a spiritual bypass, meaning that they want to grow and evolve without taking a long, hard look at their unconscious issues that are holding them back, without themselves really having to, quote, do the work. This can also mean that whatever benefits happened were extremely brief, sometimes only a few hours. People say they don't feel different or that they rapidly went back to their old way of feeling and thinking and minimize the experience they had, often saying, well, that was just the effects of a particular molecule, meaning they don't have to take what they experienced seriously. It can also mean that people had side effects that they didn't want, either without any benefit or that the side effects simply outweighed the benefits and didn't make the experience worth it. There can be physical side effects, such as being incapacitated, like being unable to move during a ketamine experience. There can be nausea, there can be headache. There can be many experiences that could happen during and after the experience. There can also be psychological challenges during the experience. This is often called a bad trip. It's described as anxiety, feeling of going crazy. Some people are worried that the effects are permanent, that they won't come back to normal, or even ego death, which some people want, but some people consider a side effect, which is where the term K-hole comes from in the ketamine recreational field. There can be psychological challenges after the experience, including worsening of symptoms such as anxiety, the appearance of new symptoms, feeling dissociated, feeling that everything is unreal, what used to be called flashbacks or is now called hallucinogen-induced persistent perceptual disorder. Some people experience an existential crisis. They feel they've just been really disturbed and they can't find their footing. With the recent wave of popularity and enthusiasm for psychedelic therapies, I think there's a mandatory optimism, and reports of people not benefiting or having challenging side effects are hard to find. They're really suppressed because the idea is we all have to be very positive and optimistic about this modality. And yet it's important to discuss this and make it okay to discuss. This leads to a number of other important discussions that we need to have. We can't just all have mandatory optimism. I feel in the right setting, with the right preparation, and most importantly, the right integration afterwards, challenging psychedelic experiences can offer the greatest reward, the greatest transformation, the greatest benefit. The best predictors of a good outcome are to have good intentions and good sitters. So what's a good intention? That's a very important topic. What makes good sitters? That's really important. But we need to talk about challenging experiences and experiences that weren't what we expected. But it shouldn't turn us away from psychedelic therapies. But we need to give them the seriousness and intentionality they deserve and that we deserve.